Okay, let's recite the Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So today the Dhamma talk, so I choose to give you is the preparation practice of loving kindness. This Dhamma talk is mainly based on Metta Suttas. In the Karaniya Metta Suttas, the first one is Karaniya Metta Kusalena, Yanda Sandam Bran Abhisamicha, Sako Ujuja, Suhujuja, Suvajo Jasa Mudru Nadimami, Sando Sugoja Suparoja, Abba Kejoja San Lahuga Udi, Sante Driyoja Nipagoja Abagabo Kulisona Nukedo. These two verses so express the preparatory practice of the loving kindness. Before you develop loving kindness, you need to follow some, some practice. That means you make yourself to be ready to develop loving kindness. So, if someone wants to develop loving kindness, that is, these preparatory practices are extremely important to follow in the very beginning. Otherwise, you cannot successfully develop loving kindness. So, everyone who studies the Buddhism, who learns the Buddhism, know about loving kindness or the metta. Metta is a very subtle, very deep way of the mind, very deep attitude of the mind. This loving kindness also we cannot get easily. You cannot attain, you cannot possess the spirit of the loving kindness easily. So by nature it is a very subtle to keep in our mind. It is a very deep to develop. Because of this, the Buddha suggested his disciples to follow some preparations before they do develop the loving kindness. So for the loving kindness, every Buddhist knows may all beings be happy, no enmity, free from danger or free from enmity. So such a way of the sending loving kindness are very familiar with everyone. So I don't talk about the way how we develop how we recite such the sentences which describe the loving kindness. Tonight, this evening, what I tell you is how to prepare yourself for developing loving kindness. How to make yourself to be ready to the loving kindness. So the first one in the stanza, as you see, Sako Ujuja, Suhujuja. So we start from the Sako. So you can count them totally, we have the 13 practices to prepare before you develop loving kindness. There are 30 preparations. So the first one is a Sako. From the Sako and up to the Kulesu Nanugato. Sako is translated able. Sako Ujuja Suhujuja. Uju Suhuju is translated straightforward or honest. Suvaja. Suvaja is normally translated gentle in speech. Suvajo, Jasa, Mudu. Mudu usually translated the soft. Anadimani, not conceited. That is the way people used to translate. So we start from the circle. The circle means the able. So what is able? The able means if you have the five kinds, if you are endowed with the five kinds of factors, that means that you are able to develop loving kindness. The five kinds of the factors. The five kinds of factors are, the first one is faith, belief in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. The next one is being healthy. You must be healthy. Without health, you cannot practice meditation. Being healthy. The third one is be honest. Be honest means that you are not cheating. So we don't use the tricky, we are not tricky. We don't use the cheating methods. We follow the Dhamma with the honest. That is called the honest. Now the third one is, the first one is you must have faith in Buddha and Dhamma and Sangha. The second is you must be healthy. The third one is you are straightforward. You must be honest. And then the fourth one is you must be wise. You see, these factors. The first one we start. The first one is you must have belief in the Buddha and Dhamma and Sangha. Without belief in the Buddha and Dhamma and Sangha, you cannot practice meditation. And then the next one is you must be healthy. The healthy also is very important. Everyone knows. Without being a good health, without having a good health, you cannot follow the Dhamma. You cannot practice the Dhamma. Now the third one is, someone should be honest. If you are not honest with yourself, how can you practice meditation? And then the next one is, you must have wisdom. You must be wise. Otherwise, you cannot practice, you cannot follow the Dhamma. So if someone is endowed with such a factors, he is called the Sakko. Sakko Ujuja Suhujuja. If someone is endowed with such a factors, he is called, he has Sakka. He is able, he has a capacity to follow the Dhamma. Sakko Ujuja Suhujuja. Now the next one is Uju and the Suhuju. This Uju Suhuju that we can translate straightforward or very straightforward. The straightforward or very straightforward is like if you, maybe your meditation teacher asks you what kind of the Dhamma you attained, what kind of Samadhi you reached. At that time you must tell them honestly, without hiding any other things. If you have Samadhi, okay, you tell them you have Samadhi. If you don't have the Samadhi, and then you tell them you don't have the Samadhi. If you don't see the rising and the disappearing of the nature or khandhas or sankharas, at that time you must tell them, I don't see any anicca and dukkha in my meditation. You must and they confess that you don't see any other things if you don't see any other things. Otherwise, some yogis, they read their books and they treat their meditation teachers as if they have known those things by themselves. That is not honest. The honesty is also very important. And then In the commentary, it is also explained, if someone honest in the fast and the span of the age, like from 1 year to the 25 years, is called the fast age. In that, Patama Vaya, if someone is straightforward, it is called Uju. If from the fast, the age up to he is dead, until he is dead, if he is straightforward, it is called Suhuju. So Uju and the Su-Uju. Uju means straightforward. Su-Uju means very straightforward. So you must be honest, but you must be very, very honest, extremely honest. So if you follow, by practicing or by following Adi Sila, Adi Jeta, he is called Uju. He has the Uju, he is straightforward. By practicing, by attaining the Adi Panya, the Adi Sila, Adi Jeta, Adi Panya. Adi Sila is a morality. Adi Jeta is concentration. Adi Panya is wisdom. If someone is endowed with morality and the concentration, he is called, he has Uju. If he is endowed with the Adipanya, that means the wisdom, he is called, he has Suhuju. The Adisila, Adipcheta refers to the Uju. Adipanya refers to the Suhuju. If someone is honest in his first age, the first age, or the second age, or third age, now we divide the lifespan according to the commentaries. The first age is from the first year to the 25 years, the first age. From the 25 to 50, the second age. From the 50 to the 70, the third age. The 75, the third age. From 75 to the 100, that is the fourth age. If someone is honest in his first age, it is called Uju. If he is honest in his second and the third and the fourth ages, that is called Suhuju. So Uju, Suhuju also explained another way. If you are honest with your body action, with your speech, that is called Uju. Now, if you are honest with your mind, mentally you are straightforward, then it is called Suhuju. Uju and the Suhuju. Uju, some people, they are straightforward in their action, in their speech, but their mind is different. But they may smile at you, but actually they don't want to smile at you. Their mind is different from their actions and their speech. If their mind and their actions are the same as their mind, if their action, their speech is the same as their mind, it is called Suhuju. So mind, mental action, bodily action, verbal action are completely honest. That is called Suhuju. Some people can be honest in the action, in the speech, but the way they think is sometimes different the way they do, sometimes the way they speak. Their speech, their actions are usually, in the daily life, you see, it's different. The Buddha says, the action and the speech should be the same as the mind. If you tell someone, I like you, at that time your mind also should be as your speech. But your mind also should like him, not just by word. That is called Uju and the Suhuju. Without uju suhuju, how can we develop loving kindness? So what the people hate most is if someone cheats you, if someone cheats us, then we hate such a person who cheated us. If someone not honest with you, then we don't like them. So to be honest, extremely important to develop loving kindness. Sago ujuja suhujuja suwajo. The suwaja also very important, one of the preparatory practice of loving kindness. Suwaja is usually translated gentle in speech. Actually, the translation not enough, I think. Suwaja means if you are suggested by someone because they want your own benefit. If you are taught by someone in a good way, in a positive way, if you are taught positively by someone, if you are instructed positively by someone at the time, you happily receive, accept his suggestion, his advice. That is called suvaja. So some people, if you advise them, if you suggest them, you don't do this, you should not do this, you should follow this way, you should not follow this way. So other than some people reply to you, retort to you, where did you see? My fault. Why can I follow you? You are not my teacher, you are very bossy. You are very pushy. Such a person is not suvaja. It is a dopaja. The person who is suvaja is, if you suggest them, if you suggest him, if you advise him, he will, welcome your suggestion, your advice. At the same time, he will tell you again, okay, later if you see me my fault also, please show me my fault. I will follow your advice, I will follow your suggestion. His mind is very soft. His mind is inclined to accept suggestion, advice, admonition from the teachers or from the friends. Some people are not like this. They don't want suggestions. Oh, don't teach me. Don't suggest me. Don't be bossy over me. No, I don't like you. So the mind is very, very tough, hard. Such a person cannot develop loving kindness. Before we develop loving kindness, at first we must make ourselves ready. So one of the factors is suvaja. We must be suvaja. We must be, even though we use the English word obedient, so that means easily instructive, easily taught. We must be the person who welcome suggestion, who open to the suggestion, who is open to the advice from other people. That is very important for the development of loving kindness. The suvaja. One of the Buddha, the Buddha's son, Rahula, everyone knows. He every day Rahula, he threw the handful of the sand into the air. He said, every day, if I get such a advice or suggestion, the amount of the number of the sand from the teachers or from the friends, that will be great. You see, he wants the suggestion, the number of the suggestion, the number of the advice which is amounted to the name of the saint in his handful. So he always welcomes suggestions, feedback, advice from the teachers or from the friends. Even Venerable Sariputta also, how gentle he is. One time he wear his robe. The robe is not tidy. The edge of the rope and the touching the ground. That means not consistent with the Vinaya. At that time the Samanera pointed out, the way you wear the robe is not consistent with Vinaya. Okay, so he happily accepts suggestion given by the Samanera novice. That is also called the Suvacha. Some people are hard-headed, very dogmatic, cannot teach them, cannot instruct them, cannot suggest to them. Such people are called the Dopacha. The Suvacha and the Dopacha. So Suvacha and Dopacha are also one of the important factors we need to remove before we develop loving kindness. So Sako Ujuja, Suhujuja, Suvajochasa, Mudu. Mudu is translated the soft. The soft. Soft is not soft in the speech, not soft in the actions. Soft. That means your mind is ready to practice the Dhamma. That means the yogi is not lazy. He is diligent. His saddha, his faith is strong. So anytime he can follow the Dhamma. The mind is like a gold. If the gold is soft, that gold, by this gold you can do any kinds of ornament. That you can make ornament by the gold if the gold is soft. You can make a bracelet, you can make a ring by the gold if the gold is soft. So in the same way, if the mind is inclined to practice the Dhamma, that is called mudu. Mudu anadima. So mudu is also very important. You may experience sometimes, even though your friends or your teacher tell you to practice the Dhamma, your mind is not ready. Sometimes we are lazy. Sometimes you cannot start it. So right now, you cannot start it, instantly. You cannot begin something instantly. You are delayed. You may say that it takes time. We need to take time. That means it is not mudu. The mind is not, not inclined. The mind is not ready to practice the Dhamma. The mind should be like a gold, which are ready to be made ornament like bracelet or the ring. If the mind is ready to follow the Dhamma, at the moment we have strong faith. Our effort is very powerful. We are not lazy. Our mentality is also leading to the renunciation. So renunciation means our mind is we want to set out of the sensual pleasures. At the moment we said the commentary says the mind is endowed with the mudu, because the mind is ready, and the mind is not colored and not influenced by the defilements. That is called the mudu. The mudu cannot be misunderstood like the gentle in speech, gentle in action, the gentle in mind, not like this. Mudu normally is translated gentle and the soft. But here the mudu means the mind is ready to follow the Dhamma. The mind is, not influenced by the laziness. The mind is not influenced by repent or distraction. No more distraction, no more repent, no more laziness. In that state, if the mind is, that is called mudu. The mudu usually translated soft or gentle. But what is soft? What is gentle? What is the gentle of the mind? What is softness of the mind? Softness of the mind or gentleness of the mind is not influenced by the laziness. We have the strong faith. We are ready to follow the Dhamma anytime, even in the midnight. That is called the mudu. So if your mind is, the mudu in this way, okay, you are ready to follow, you are ready to develop loving kindness. So nowadays every country, loving kindness, signing the loving kindness is a very popular practice. Whatever happens, like some catastrophe, because of climatic change, the people are in the suffering. At the time, the people gather, so they send the loving kindness. So that we don't know their loving kindness reach to the poor people or the suffering people, we don't know. But according to the Kraniya Metta Suttas, sending loving kindness should be systematic. So before you develop loving kindness, you must be ready to develop loving kindness. You must be ready to send loving kindness. So now it is a kind of fashion, sending loving kindness to the people. We don't know whether our mind is ready or not at the time. So not only in Myanmar, in every country. So in any festivals, Awira, Hondu, Abhyabhija, Hondu, at the moment, we may be angry. Our mind is not ready. So the Buddha's instruction to develop loving kindness, very systematic, very practical. Now you see, if our mind is hard, how can we develop loving kindness? Now the next important factor is Nodhiñāṇa. Nodhiñāṇa, that means conceited. We are very conceited, we are proud of ourselves. So we don't think other people are superior than us. We are superior. Other people are inferior than us. Other people are lower than us. That is called the conceited or Nodhiñāṇa. This Nodhiñāṇa also one of the hindrances to develop loving kindness. So racially, economically, politically, socially, we are conceited. So our race is better than you. So racial discrimination. So we by the color, you are black, I'm white. You are yellow, I'm white. So in this way also we discriminate people. So because of this discrimination, we are proud of ourselves. We are conceited. We are higher one. That mentality is also one of the very, and the very important hindrances to remove before you develop loving kindness. Nodhiñāṇa, not only by race, ethnicity, but by birth also. At the time of the Buddha, some people, I'm Brahmin, you are Vissa, you are merchants, I'm Brahmin. Brahmin is higher than merchants. You are Sudra, you are outcast, low caste. So we are proud of ourselves by birth. We are proud of ourselves by money. I'm rich, you are not rich. You are poor, I'm rich. That you are not educated. I'm educated. You see, there are many reasons to bring about mana. This mana influence overwhelm our mind. How can we develop loving kindness? So our mind, we should remove mana, conceit. Not only in the world of the lay people, even among the monks or the nuns also, we have manas. I'm more educated than you. I'm more sila than you. You have no sila. You have no morality. I have more pure morality. I follow the Vinaya rules, you don't follow the Vinaya rules. So, even by morality also, we are proud of ourselves. So this mentality also should be removed. So if you have such a mentality, how can you develop loving kindness? You see, maybe you have a friend. Your friend has no sila, you have sila. You divided it, he has no sila, I have sila. How can you send loving kindness to him? You cannot. Because we divide ourselves from him. You divide him also. You are ugly, I'm handsome. I'm ugly, maybe you are handsome. You are white, I'm yellow. So we divide like this. I come from the, Asia. I come from the Africa. In many ways, we are conceited to ourselves. So the Buddha strictly advised, you must remove conceit before you develop loving kindness. So many people you may see some people who cannot develop loving kindness, even though they tried a lot to develop loving kindness, but they could not. They could not love anyone. They could not love. Maybe we may use loving kindness, very technical. You could not love anyone because you divide yourself from other people. Because you think you are higher than other people. We discriminate ourselves from other people, so we cannot love anyone. We cannot love. So we cannot love means that we cannot develop loving kindness. So most of people forget to remove this atimana before they develop loving kindness. The mind is burdened with the mana conceit. If you don't have any kinds of such a mentality, that means we are completely free. Because I'm higher and you are lower, so our social relationship also not good. So this is adimana. Now the next one is the santosakoja, subroja. Santosaka. Santosaka is also divided santosaka. Santosaka is translated content. Content or satisfied with what you have. This santosaka is explained in the commentaries. The sakena tosako santosako. Sakena, saka means one's own property. So one's own property, that means for the monks, as soon as you are ordained as a monk, you have the four things to depend on. If you don't have the food, you go for alms. Okay? And if lay people donate you, lay people offer you food, okay. If they don't offer you food, you go for alms. You have to depend on your leg. If you don't have monastery to live, okay, you can live in the tree, under the tree. That is the natural property of the monks. If you don't have rope, if the people don't offer you a rope, okay, you and the pickup, some fragment of some piece of the clothes, broken clothes, and then you sew them together and then you dye them, pansukula. If you don't have the medicine, okay, you have to they take the urine off and the black cow as your medicine. So this is a natural and the property of the monks. So that means that is your own property, your own sakat. If you are content with your own property, your own natural property, then it is called the santosaka or santoti. You don't search any other extra materials, extra properties. Because if we don't have a santoti of content, even though we have a lot of robes, we are not content with it. We search and search. If we have the one monastery, we want the two monasteries. We want to have the two monasteries. If we have the $100, we want to have the $200 or $300. So as long as you don't have the contentment, your life never peaceful, because you search all the time. Because we want to have more monasteries, more money, more cars, more properties. So when we search them, if we get them, we are okay. At the time, we want more. When we search them, if we don't get them, we are happy. So this searching happiness all the time torment our mind. That is also one of the hindrances to remove for developing loving kindness. So before someone develops loving kindness, metta, he must be contented with what he has. Santosaka. Now, the next one is Santina Santosako. So Santina means now you have the bowl, you have the monastery, you have the robe, that is present to you. That is the properties now you have. So you are content with what you have now. That is also called Santoti. Now the next one is whether you get good or bad things, your mind is not shaken. Even though you get a good robe, it's also at the time you are not only happy. Even though you have a bad robe, you are not angry. Your mind, you keep your mind in the neutrality. That is also called Santoti. You keep your mind in the neutral state, whether you get a good or bad. That is also called Santoti. Santosakoja, and the next one is the Supra. The Supra also very important before we develop loving kindness. Supra is loosely translated easily satisfied. Easily satisfied, and now I give you some example. If we have a sweet one to eat, you go for alms. Maybe some donors come to your monastery, come to you, they offer you a sweet food. At that time, you want to eat a bitter one, a sour one. When you get a sour one or sour one, when you get the bitter one, you want to get a sweet one. If you get So apple, at the moment you want to get the other, papaya fruit. You don't want to eat the apple fruit. If you have the pork, but you don't want to eat the pork, you want to have the chicken. That means not easily satisfied. It is not supra. Supra means easily supported. When the donors or the people support you, it is not difficult to support you. If you give this one and he wants to get that one, I don't want this, I want to get that. If you give him that, and he will say, I want to get this. So it is not easy to support him. So sometimes for ourselves also, it is sometimes we support ourselves. It is easy to support ourselves. Sometimes it is not easy to support ourselves. Sometimes we want to eat some kind of food, even though we get the food, but we are not satisfied with this. So sometimes we want to move to another monastery, and then when we live in the monastery, we want to change into another monastery. So we move from one place to another place. Okay, now this place is good for me. Okay, I will live here, but after some time, we want to move to another place. We are not satisfied with this. So, if someone is endowed with the supra, whatever food give him, his mind, his face is clear. He is, he doesn't show disliking to the people. Maybe you offer him rice, the gruel. Okay, now his mind is very, very clear, happily with a smile, he will accept your food. Maybe next time you offer him some kind of food, maybe salty one. Okay, he will, even though he knows this is salty food, but he will accept it happily. That is called supra. So one of the stories in our country, the one Sayadaw who is called Maria Sayadaw. That Sayadaw is very famous for his kanti or forbearance, endurance, supra. So some people want to know whether he really can endure difficulties or sufferings. They test him. One day they cook the rice. The rice is hard. That means with a little water. They offer that hard rice, hard cooked rice to the Sayadaw. The Sayadaw eat. How about Sayadaw? What is this hard rice? The Sayadaw said, okay, this is good. Because it is hard, I need to bite. I need to digest it a long time. I need to grind it a long time in my teeth. In this way, the hard rice more tasty. Because you put a long time in your mouth. And then the next time that they cook the rice, so with a lot of water, that means that the rice is very, very soft. Very soft. So that they offer him that very soft rice to him. What do you think of Sayadaw? This rice? Oh, this is good. So I don't need to use a lot of my teeth. My teeth is good. In this way, my teeth can last a long time. He said. So the one time also they make a very salty food with a lot of salt. That's Sayadaw said. What do you think? Now this food is good or not good? It's good. Why? Because it is easy to digest, because it is salty. And then the next time that they don't put any salt in the rice, they say, they ask him, what do you think of this food? This is good. How? Without salt, that means that my blood pressure not grow. So that is called supra. So the monk, the bhikkhu should be endowed with the supra, any monk, any bhikkhus. So the Buddha one time said, how a monk can be happy when he approaches the house of the lay people. The Buddha said, some monks, they aspired, they wished, if the people offer me a lot, it will be great. If the people offer me very good thing, the best thing, it will be great. If the people offer me with a great respect, that will be great. So that is their wish. When they actually approach the house of the lay people, sometimes they offer a little, at the time they are very unhappy. Sometimes they offer the monks very, a bad thing, like maybe some remains of food. At that time he was very unhappy. It is unpredictable. You cannot predict what they offer you. So some monks they know. So those people are not my relatives. So how can they offer me a good thing? How can they offer me a lot of the donations? How can they offer me a lot of donations? How can they offer me the best thing? Because they are not my relatives, they are strangers to me. So those monks who approach, those monks with such intention who approach the house of lay people are happy because they don't expect. The people offer him a lot, the people offer him the best they don't expect before they approach. So those monks will be happy. They are not disturbed by the lay people. The Buddha one time instructed to the monks, to his disciples in the Kassapa Sanyutta. So the Subrata also very important. Maybe you are practicing loving kindness today, this morning. Maybe you started to practice loving kindness in this morning as soon as you wake up. Maybe around 9 o'clock you go for alms. You hope, you expect some very good things, some very good offertories come to you. Lay people will treat you with a great respect. But when you really approach the house of lay people, they don't offer you a good thing. Maybe they offer the best thing to other monks and not you. Then you are not happy. So when you come back to your monastery, to your place, how can you develop loving kindness? Because this thought disturbs you all the time. Oh, they don't treat me with respect. They should offer me a lot. They should offer me the best. So Suprata, especially concerned with the life of the monks, the life of the bhikkhus. So Sadhu Sukoja, Suproja, and then Appa Kejoja, Sanlahuka Vokti. The Sandosaka and the Supra also very important to remove before we develop loving kindness. So the next one is Appa Keja. Appa Keja means less busy. Less busy means unburdened with the duties. Not burdened with the duties. So how can someone become very busy? How can someone become very busy? So there are some points. Some people are delighted living with the prince, maybe very sociable. They cannot live alone. Sanganika Ramata. They could not live alone. They always talk with the people. Basa Ramata. Some people, they could not live without speaking. They must speak to someone. Maybe 1 hour, 2 hours every day. Without speaking, they think their life is nothing or empty. They are delighted in speaking. Basa Ramata. Now other people are Kamaramata. Kamarama means they have every day, whenever you ask him, he always tell you, I'm very busy. or I need to, take someone to the hospital, I need to take someone to the airport, I need to go to the downtown to repair my computer, or maybe to repair the computer of my friend, maybe I need to, to go with my friend to the another city, or all the time he is busy. That is called the Kamaramata. Or I need to go to the bank, I need to exchange my money, all the time busy. That is called the Kamaramata. So that means also not appa kecha. Appa means a little. Kecha means duties. Appa, little. Kecha means duties. That means I'm burdened, not busy with the duties. If you are busy with the duties, how can we develop loving kindness? How can we meditate? So appa kecha. Some people, they don't talk. They are not delighted in the social things. They are not busy, but they sleep too much. Nodhiñāṇa. All the time they are sleeping. Whenever you take a look at him in his room, he is lying down on the bed. Nodhiñāṇa, too much sleep. So such people also really exist. It is a no legendary, It is a no, and this is real. Some people really like too much sleep. All the time. Well, whenever they have time, they sleep. They are not interested in any other things. So Nodhiñāṇa. In this way, we are busy. So some people say, oh no, I'm sleeping. This is this is faultless. I don't harm anyone, so I don't disturb anyone. I just sleep. That is also fault. That is also a mistake. By sleeping, he wastes his time. He could not study, he could not practice meditation. So too much sleep, Nodhiñāṇa. They are delighted in sleeping. They are they are satisfied, they are pleased with the sleeping. That also makes you busy. Because you are busy with the sleeping, so how can you practice meditation? So in the Visuddhimagga also, you may have heard our soja kulan labo, kanoka menja penchama, atana nyadi abado kando, 80 data. There are one of them is our when we make a monastery, when we build monastery, we could not do any other things. We could not practice meditation. We could not study. Our soja kula. Kula means you are busy because of your relatives, or you are donors, or you are lay people. Lava. If we are invited by many places, like I said, you come to our house this morning for the breakfast. We want to offer you. Say, you come to our house for the lunch. So all the time you are going to the invitations. So how can we develop loving kindness? In the afternoon, say, you come to our house to recite prayers, chanting, and they make us free from the dangers, protection. So some people, some monks are enjoying, delighted in invitations. If we are invited, we are very happy. So invitations also, one of the, too much invitations are also one of the hindrances to remove for developing loving kindness. But most of people think invitations are good, especially monks. If they are invited a lot, they are very happy. They don't think invitations are hindrances. Labha. Kana. Kana means we are busy because of the group of the monks. We live in the monastery, so we have to make some service to the monastery. That is also kana. Karma also I have already explained. So adana, traveling. Before we travel, our mind is distracted. We could not do anything. After coming back from the traveling, we could not study anything because our mind goes back to the places that we just visited. Before we travel, our mind goes to the places that we will visit. So traveling also one of the hindrances to remove for developing loving kindness. Nyati, we have the relatives, mother and father. The mother is sick, the father is sick, the sisters, the brothers get in the trouble. So we give time that we are supposed to stay with them. We worry about them. This is nyati, also one of the hindrances to remove. Avada, disease. If we have disease, if we are sick, how can we develop loving kindness? We cannot. Kanta. That is, these 10 kinds of the hindrances are for the insight meditation. Before you develop insight meditation, you must remove these 10 kinds of things. Awasa, kula, laba, kana, awasa, kula, laba, kana, kama, ada, nyati, abada. And then the next one is kanta, study, learning, studying the text, priyati. Priyati also one of the entrances you must remove before you develop insight meditation. 80, even the psychic power also hindrances to develop loving kindness. So very deep, very subtle. So okay, anyway. We continue to another topic. The next one is Sanlahuka Vokti. Sanlahuka Vokti means the frugal. Maybe we don't have a lot of properties. Sanlahuka Vokti. So whenever we want to go, we can go there quickly. We don't need to worry about our monastery. So it is like a bird. The bird has his wing as its burden. The monk also should be, and they should have only 3 robes, the bowl. Only 8 requisites. So nowadays it is different. Before we want to go somewhere, we need to make sure the door is locked or not, because we have a lot of things. So even the poor monk has the property which can hold 1 truck. Even the poorest monk has a lot of properties. So we cannot go quickly. We cannot move to another place quickly. Always we are heavy with the properties. So we worry about our properties if the fire burns. You see? So how can we develop loving kindness? So even though we have the properties, we should cut off our attachment to the properties. At least when you are developing loving kindness. If someone wants to develop loving kindness, he should have less property to carry, to guard, to keep. That is a good thing for him. Now the next one is Santendriya. The Santendriya is Santa and the Indriya. What is Santa? Santa means peaceful. Indriya means the faculties. Okay, I need to check. Okay, it's nearly one hour. Okay, I will finish this Dhamma talk. But Santa Indriya means Santa means peaceful. Indriya means faculties. Peaceful faculties. That means if someone experiences so desirable object, at that time he doesn't allow his attachment to rise. When he sees, when he experiences undesirable, unpleasant object, at the time he doesn't allow his anger to rise. You see, Santendriya. That means the faculties, he is not controlled by the faculties. He is not controlled by the senses. When we see pleasant things, we are happy. When we see unpleasant things, we are unhappy. So our mind is always shaking, not stable, not peaceful. Even though we see a good thing, pleasant thing, desirable object, we don't allow attachment to rise. We think that is sankhara. That is also not permanent. And then when we experience a desirable object, we don't allow our mind, we don't allow anger or maybe disliking to rise. So when you live in the daily life, so your mind is always stable, always peaceful, whether you see good or bad, whether you experience a good or bad. So it is called Santendriya. Santendriya ja nipako ja. Nipaka. Nipaka means the wise. Wise means when you follow one method of meditation, you know this meditation method is a good or bad or suitable to you or not. Your practice is consistent with the Buddha's teaching or not. Nipaka. So Nipaka also important factor to have. Without the Nipaka, it is like that we walk blindly. It is like the blind walks in the darkness. Without the wisdom, how can we attain the nirvana, liberation? The Nipaka is also an important factor to be endowed with. Without the wisdom, without being wise, we cannot penetrate the truth. We cannot develop loving kindness. So before we develop loving kindness, we must have also wisdom also. Without wisdom, we could not do anything. So now, until now, how many factors we have? The first one is Sakka. Second, Uju. The third is Suhuju. The fourth is Suvaja. And then Mudu, Anadimani. And then Sandosaka, Subra, and then Abake Joja, Sanlahuga Oti, and then Santendriyoja, Nibagoja, Apagabo, Kuleso Ananugedo. Until now, we need to, and I need to explain another two factors. Apagapa. Apagapa. Apagapa is Apagapa should be understood not rootedness, not root in speech, not root in action, not root in mentality, in thought. The root is like when you deal with the senior monks. Sometimes some people, they sit improperly. They don't sit in the way according to the instructions in the Vinaya. That is also called the root. When they sit with the other senior monks, they don't give the seat to the senior monks. At the same time, for the senior monks also, they don't allow the junior monks to sit. For the senior monks also, I'm a senior monk, I don't give you the seat. For the junior monks also, they try to get the seat for the senior monks, also called the root in action. So root in speech is when they speak with the lay people, today what do you cook? I want to eat. When can I come to your house? When do you offer to me? Something, like some words not suitable to the monks. That is also called root in speech for the monks. So because some monks are very familiar with the lay people, they say, okay, what do you cook today in your house? When do you offer to me? Something such a, the words are called root in speech. So some monks, they think all the time the karma vitaka, that they want to get, they have desires to get something, they have anger, they have delusion, they have karma vitaka, Bhyabhada vitaka. Such a vitaka is called root in mind, root in thought. That is also called the pakapa. So we should not be rude. We should be gentle in speech, in action, in thought. That is called the apakapa. Now the next one is kuleswa ananugato. Kulesu ananugato. Don't attach to the lay people. That is also very important factor that should be understood by every monk. But the people offer to the monks, they maybe offer a monk a lot. At the time, the monk automatically attached to the lay people. So when the lay people are in the suffering, the monks also in the suffering. When the lay people, the layman or the laywoman is happy, this monk is also happy. That is called the sahanandi, sahasoki. Sahanandi, so delight together with his lay devotee. Sahasoki, sorrow with his lay devotee. So in this way, he could not practice Dhamma freely. So one time, and the Buddha instructed to the monks should follow the way of the moon. When the monks deal with the people, he should be like a moon. The moon is far away from us, but at the same time, we like the moon. Even it is far away from us, we like the moon, because the moon is peaceful, calm, don't disturb us, don't trouble us. At the same time, he gives us light in the darkness. Right? The moon gives us light to the people in the darkness. At the same time, the moon stays away from the people. So always the people love the moon. If he is too close, I think that the people will not love him. If the moon doesn't give the light to the people, because the people cannot love him. So for the moon gives us two things. The moon gives us light in the darkness. The light is not hot like the sun. It is peaceful light. The light is cool. The light is the mind. The light is agreeable. At the same time, we have the light. So the moon appears or disappears. When the moon disappears, the people aspire to see the moon again. They want to see the moon again. So when they see the moon in the sky also, they want to see the moon all the time. So, but the moon is not closer to the people. But at the same time, he gives the people light. You see? The Buddha's example is so good, very excellent example. But the monks or the bhikkhus, when deal with the people, he should follow the way of the moon. Because if the monk is too close to the people, they are worried, they are suffering, in fact, separate to the monks. In this way, the monks cannot follow the Dhamma, cannot practice the Dhamma. If he is too far from the people cannot know the Dhamma. The people cannot get the Dhamma from the monks. You see? They give the light at the same time, not too close. So in this way, the monks can practice the Dhamma successfully. Kulesu ananugato means not attachment to the lay people. So before someone develop loving kindness, he should not be attached to the lay people. He should follow this instruction, kulesu ananugato, before he develops loving kindness. So in this way, we have the 14 actually uju suhuju is one thing. If you take, we have the 13 practices for preparing to develop loving kindness. So we start from Saka, Uju, Suhuju, and then Suvaja, Mudu, Anadimani, and then Sandosaka, Subra, Abhagaja, Sanlehugavoti, and then Santendriya, Nipaga, Kulesu, Ananugata. So that is the preparatory practice of the loving kindness. These practice we must make before we develop loving kindness. If we have developed, if we have been endowed with such a 30 practice, it is not only for the loving kindness, it is all for other meditations also. If you are endowed with these 30 practices, before you do anything, you can practice any kinds of meditation. You can develop Buddhanussati, you can develop Anapanasati, you cannot develop, but we can see now you can develop any kinds of samatha meditation or vipassana meditation. Tranquility meditation or insight meditation you can develop if you are endowed with these 30 practices. So these 30 practices not just for the loving kindness and metta, but for also connected to the development of other meditation method also. So today, this evening, I just explained about the preparatory practice of loving kindness 13, the practices before we develop loving kindness. So this also, most of the explanations are taken from the commentaries. If you want to know more about this, the interpretation or the definition of these 30 practices, you can see take a look at in the commentaries, the Koroka Bhatha commentary. You can see, you can read more extensive explanations of these 30 practices. This Dhamma talk will be the last Dhamma talk of the first semester. So, by listening to my Dhamma talk, I hope my Dhamma talk may be helpful to your meditation practice to some extent. So the purpose of the Dhamma talk, now we make every evening to help the meditation practitioners or to help the students to study or to practice meditations. When they study text, when they practice meditation, so So this Dhamma talk that we make in the evenings, once a month, I hope it will be helpful to the students or to the meditation practitioners. So by listening to this Dhamma talk, I hope you may understand how deep the Buddha's teaching is, how subtle the Buddha's teaching is. The Buddha's teaching is not the thing understood superficially by the people. It is, so nowadays many people interpret the Buddha's teaching in many ways according to their own circumstances. But at the same time, we should stick to the original explanations and the interpretation of the Dhamma. So you see the Sako Ujujasu is the one word, but this one word contains a lot of meanings. So by seeing such a deep meaning behind a single Pali word, I hope you may more and more cherish the Buddha's teaching. At the same time, you may follow the Buddha's and the Dhamma more and more in your daily life. So may all beings, may all the Dhamma listeners, the students be happy and healthy.